Okay. I think now we should be live. So we have a lot of things to cover today. So if you've been waiting for a new video, I am still working on those, just by the way, but it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take a very long while to compile a lot of things that people have said over the internet, because I haven't really been paying any attention. So welcome to the big live stream that we're doing today, which it was originally going to be a video, but I figured that maybe we'll probably just do this instead because it makes a little bit more sense. So today is a very special and blessed day because we get to do a lot of talking, and I know how much you guys love hearing talks and doing things when you're probably in your car or any other extracurricular activities that you may be doing. Who knows? I'm not here to judge. But this is one of the first steps to becoming a full-time content creator, and right now I have to kind of slowly drip feed everything because it's going to take some time to get everything together. So, with that being said, we'll go ahead and get right into what we're talking about today, which if you haven't heard, which is it's understandable, Funimation, the best company in the world that I love to hate next to Crunchyroll. I think everyone kind of collectively knows that I hate Crunchyroll. Um, they know that Funimation is also not a very good company. In fact, I would say that they're probably one of the worst companies I've ever had to deal with. And it's only from a very surface level that I don't like them. I think that they used to be a good company, not so much anymore. And it all kind of started just recently when well, we'll get to that, I guess. Well, let me just show you this. So I went to this great website known as Reddit. A lot of people use it for some reason, usually pornography. And this was back 4 months ago when they first pulled down Ishizoku reviewers, or interspecies reviewers, if you are familiar with the American name. And so they had this pulled, and someone had posted all of their things, their evidence, here to the Reddit. So one of the first pictures is this one, which shows a detailed message from Funimation support, and we can look through a little bit of it. It's not really all that detailed. Sweet Jessica had found out, unfortunately, that her favorite animangos weren't going to be viewable on Funimation. So it says, "Thank you for contacting Funimation support. We appreciate your business." I'm very sure that they do. After careful consideration, the series was removed from the service as it falls outside of our standards. We still haven't found out what those are yet. We have the utmost respect for our creators, so rather than substantially alter the content, we felt taking it down was the most respectful choice. How? And I think we went over this a couple of times, or in my video, where their standards, we don't know what they are exactly. We could say that their standards are, well, we don't want anything that is very risque, but that's pretty much a majority of the shows that they license now. And we even went over that in the other video that I did, where they have what's the best way to put this? They had it was Bikini Warriors. It was that show, and in the show they have the one girl, they have the one female character getting um I'm not going to use the word violated, but she was getting how do I really want to word this right now? Um defiled, I guess defiled is as good as it's going to get. Defiled this character, I would say unwillingly, but if you watch the clip in its entirety, it's fine, I guess. Depends on who you are. So besides that wonderful email that this person received, we can also go ahead and confirm that it was also pulled down via their own channels. Anime News Network, the place that sometimes can, I guess, do things properly, coherently. They're just kind of ignorant to some things. So Funimation removes interspecies reviewers anime as it falls outside company standards. So all of this stuff took place 4 months ago. So just to catch you up to speed, that's pretty much it. This was based off of a pre-existing material. The update, they have updated it with Funimation's confirmation in the company statement, which doesn't really matter. It's they determine that it falls outside of their standards. They have the utmost respect for their creators. This is their official statement, which was also put into their email. So you're really not getting a lot of context out of this other than, oh, well, our standards, our big brain standards here. We don't know what those are. So, unfortunately for us, we'll probably never know why they pulled it down because it's already happened. And that's just kind of the thing. So, on the best website, just recently, if you weren't familiar, Pornhub, they actually had a wonderful idea to upload the videos there. People were just uploading any subtitled versions that they could so people could enjoy this. And unfortunately, they got hit with the DMCA, which is, if you're not very technically savvy, it is just short for the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, which allows companies or people, creators, if you will, to, if they find anything that is their own copyrighted protection, content, they can then seek out any type of legal actions that they want to. So, with that being said, DMCA is kind of the thing that happens on YouTube quite often. It'll happen to this video most likely, where someone that plays something, if I were to play this Funimation video, if I were to play Funimation's wonderful video about Ishizoku reviewers that they don't want anyone to see, then yeah, maybe they could DMCA me pretty hard. And they probably will. Because, I mean, why not, right? You get to see Ishizoku reviewers. They're gonna get me just for this, just the few seconds that I just played. Because that's how it works. So, unfortunately, we are stuck in the never-ending cycle of Funimation DMCAing things that they probably would never otherwise use. Because they didn't dub it over. I don't think that they're ever going to dub it over. So I don't see the problem with them uploading it to the good old Pornhub. So with that being said, there's shows that already exist from Funimation. They're already there on the website. You can go watch them right now. In fact, our good friend who said that you should be able to watch anything on all of the other sites. He never watched Ishizoku reviewers properly, so he pirated it or he watched it on Pornhub. He did those things because he wanted to see the show, and he's not going to spend money to see it. I mean, who would, right? I mean, it's just a show about Unga Punga big titties. So it kind of doesn't make any sense that we have to even have this discussion. The licensors here just want to remove it from, I don't know, out of sight, out of mind, I guess. Maybe they didn't think anyone would notice. But, neither here nor there. So Ishizoku Reviewers, this great show that used to have a very high score of, I don't know, maybe 9.5 or so. It's down to a 7.1 because of the systems that My Anime List decided to put into place. That's fine, whatever. It's a joke of a website according to some people, but they still take it very seriously. Passione, the company behind creating this show, is right here. There is no licensors anymore. And that's pretty peculiar, because Funimation has the license to it. Now, because they don't do anything with it, that's not really any of our concern. But they do have the license nonetheless, so they can do as they please. It's kind of just a shitty situation, and you don't really want to be, on the thing. Before you leave, TL Warrior Thomas, thank you for the $1 super chat. I think I see it here somewhere, because YouTube is the best system that you can use for anything. So thank you for the $1. It's a small stepping stone into a much bigger plan of going a full-time content creator, in some aspects, I suppose. So thank you for your glorious $1. I wish the $1 stuff kind of stayed up there still. It doesn't stay there. I don't get it. But who really knows how YouTube really wants to work? So besides this thing that exists, they're not doing anything with the property, so people, rightfully so, uploaded it to Pornhub. I don't know if they're gonna nail me for saying Pornhub or not, because it's really just a live stream. I'm sure they probably won't care until afterwards. But yeah, you could go and watch those, and those were pulled down too. And if you take a look at Twitter, on my Twitter, I mentioned in this. So thank you very much, Clone Lover, for your contribution to society. You can see here that all of these Ishizoku reviewers, fan service compilations with Spanish subtitles, gone. The interspecies reviewers, HMV, which I guess is a hentai music video, Our Soul. Nope, that one's gone too. A lot of these are by the same person, Alpha Sigma, who I guess is the person responsible for uploading them, but they're all different in a little bit of a way. They removed all of them via the request of Funimation Productions. So, allow me to give you some examples of why these companies have to take down the videos first and then ask questions later. Well, that's because of the DMCA. They don't want to be caught up in anything that is a legal battle. They don't want to have to spend the money. So instead of saying, oh, well, it has a right to be up on our site, they then just take it down first, and then they make you go through an appeal process, which makes you reveal your full first name, last name, and your address associated, which is how some people end up getting your docs information, if you will, or your information, so that way they can find you IRL. And that's kind of how the process goes. You essentially have to fight this small battle, and if it doesn't get resolved, then you can take it to court. And there are a couple of cases where people have won in court, and it's linking to online infringement and things of that nature. A lot of these rules they weren't really made for the 21st century. They were made for people back in the 90s. So a lot of this stuff is very not very forward thinking. So in some of these cases, the previous exemptions from 2000 and the year 2003, all of these things, it shows you right here on the Wikipedia page. You can kind of go through at your own leisure and kind of find out a little bit more there. But most of these things, as long as they are transformative in nature, at least on YouTube's end, then it's okay. And that's why you'll still see some videos about Ishizoku reviewers, and that'll pretty much be a thing. But if it is within the legal right for these companies, if they found it in some way, we'll just say if someone pirated a copy of, we'll say, what is it? What's a Marvel movie that people love? We'll say Doctor Strange, I guess. So like if someone pirates Doctor Strange and then they upload it to YouTube, first of all, DMCA is going to be the last thing on their mind. It's going to be, wow, the lawyers from Marvel, they're really coming down. I think Disney doesn't like me. So they then send out their goon squad, and they tell you, hey, you're going to be sued for, I don't know, $500,000 or so for stealing this product and then re-uploading it. That's why most of the time you'll see a lot of companies go after the uploader, not necessarily the people downloading them, because that's going to be really hard to track. Even if your ISP does it, then you can use a VPN of any kind that you want. So, I mean, I use TunnelBear, but you can probably use ExpressVPN. Where's the sponsorship? ExpressVPN. So, it's really dependent on who they are. One of the biggest people in the entire world that just hate YouTube, or one of the companies, is Viacom. And Viacom you may know for things like VH1, MTV, Nickelodeon, those kinds of channels that you usually watch. So Viacom hates YouTube because that's all it really was in the early 2000s, were just a lot of Viacom-owned shows being re-uploaded and repurposed. Even though they had like funny sound bites in them, YouTube poops if you will, those were still against the DMCA, so they had to take those down. And that's why you'll really never see a lot of those videos be uploaded by other people, because Viacom is quick. They fucking hate YouTube. Doctors hate YouTube. Find out why. But essentially that's why. So the DMCA came down from good old Funimation to remove all of these series, or at least just this one. I don't know what their problem or their fixation is with Ishizoku reviewers, but maybe it's because they just really want that license to exist and they don't want you to view it besides through the legal means, which is kind of weird. There's actually a thread right here that we can kind of read a little bit. And this is by Erica Friedman, something very close to that. They said, if we want scanlations / fan subs to die, two things are needed. 1. Licensing anime and manga globally by language, not region / country. And 2. Bill scanlators and fan subbers for payment of licensing fees. C and D, if they do not respond, prosecute if they do not pay. I don't think that that's how you really fight fire with fire at this point. And everyone knows that piracy is not really going to go anywhere. In some cases, piracy is good, actually. And as we've explained before, there's some games that just don't exist anymore. You can't buy them. There's some that are out of print. You can't buy those either. So, it's better to have piracy here to kind of preserve all of those old properties, those old IPs. But if you can't really do that, then it makes no sense because those are just lost to the sands of time. I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what you would do. So it's kind of a good thing. Some anime wouldn't exist without piracy to begin with. And not to give away too much because it ties into a video that I'm working on very close to my heart. Thanks to the wonderful people at the Hacker 4chan. They're actually putting in a lot of elbow grease and work into this story that I'm going to have a video for you for. It's going to be long. It'll make you think about the companies that you support, or at least ones like Faku or Iridori Comics. It is just it is an enigma to say the least. So just be on the lookout for that. It's going to take a while. But yeah, that's essentially what we have here is just Funimation deleting things off of Cornhub because why would you? Why would you just let people enjoy things instead of slob on the comp? By the way, I can't show the actual website. That's why I have to use Cornhub. I thought it was the best thing ever. Don't at me. Also, yes, I have been reading every single one of your comments from the last video, and I am very disappointed in all of you. Clear is thick. Yes, I get it, but the video. It's the video, guys. Come on. But there's not really that many stories out there that will tell you about this. The only one I think that exists right now, if I'm not mistaken, because we were looking at it on the Twitch stream. By the way, you should go to twitch.tv/. Oh God, I don't remember my own Twitch thing, but you should just go to Twitch and follow me on there because that's where I'm going to be streaming video games and then streaming anime against the will of companies over on Bitwave. So I'll be there. The comments were interesting the last video. I'll say that much. Not putting anyone on the spot. I saw all of them. I just couldn't get to all of them. But yeah, there's not many stories out there right now of anything that's going on with Ishizoku reviewers. So if you're trying to look this up on like, I don't know, the YouTube, you'll only find videos from about 4 months ago. So about these. But except for this one by Hiro Hey, who he's doing a thing. Funimation copyright strikes Ishizoku reviewers on P-Hub. It's a great title. This title on this stream, it's bad, I know it, but just trust me on this one. If you go there and you look at those videos, at least you'll get a rough idea. Yeah, it's pretty much that. What Blue Shift posted. Good. Yeah, there's not really spaces except for like the underscore there, but I'm sure that you smart individuals can figure it out. So I think that's all that there really is for this live stream. It's not a long one. I apologize, but I really kind of wanted to see this unfold in front of us. And maybe there's more to the story that we just haven't quite figured out yet. I know one thing's for sure is that we'll probably never hear the end of this because it just never stops there. It never ends, and that's why it's such a slippery slope. So we have things like Funimation and Crunchyroll that exist, where you can go and watch any of their shows on their preferred platforms, either on your phone, your PlayStation, or wherever. But the problem is that they don't really care about the consumer in the long run. They would rather take your money and give you a subpar product and then just never improve on it. That's why it's very strange to me that they, will spend money to make their office look like a theme park, but not so much on the shows that they really want to have available because of, content restrictions, things of that nature. All it takes is really just a good look to find anything that's on Crunchyroll for their office upgrade. It's very interesting. I think I might be able to find it for you guys right here before I inevitably fade into obscurity. But here, I actually found it. I found it, guys. So this is a video that was posted by someone on the Twitter. And as you can see, this is their new Crunchyroll office. So when you pay them X amount of dollars a month, because I honestly don't keep up with it, they make it look like an amusement park. And this is in San Francisco. So, do you really think that they care about your need to want something, produced properly? Because they've had problems with subtitles before. They have a problem with quality control, bit rate slowing down. So they used to have a bit rate issue, and someone compared them. They then upped it because as soon as consumers found out, they said, "Oh, we gotta fix that." But yeah, this is a video, and that's only one of them. I think they even had some pictures at some point. Um, they actually had some pictures somewhere. I'd have to find them, but essentially, it's there. It's there for all to see. And once you see that, then it kind of makes everything a little bit weirder from that point going forward. They really love your money, but they don't love you as a consumer. And that's just where we are in this society, if you will. But no, the riots won't get there. The riots are not close to that area, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I really don't keep up with news that's in the Bay Area. But yeah, it's pretty much what you said. 90% of these companies just sit on the rights they have access to sell. That is American anime distribution in a nutshell. This amusement park is sickening. But yeah, that's true. If I had to put my own thoughts into it, it's that I hate the fact that they spent consumer money to make this upgrade, especially when they don't really need it. That's why more Bay Area companies are starting to move away from the Bay because it's just too expensive for one. And they also they don't have to really spend that much money on infrastructure when everyone can work from home. Crunchyroll is worth more than $100 million. So the $100 million is an estimate that they bring in every single year, and that was probably before the what do we call it now? The vid, like the COVID, the vid. We say the vid. So before the vid happened, they were making roughly about $100 million just in profit alone. And people pay money to go to Crunchyroll Expo, but they also take in money from not just ticket sales, but also from a very myriad of other things, merch or people setting up tables for the artist alley, that kind of stuff. But that's why I don't really care about companies that are Funimation or Crunchyroll, because they do exactly the same thing. And that's why a lot of them, when you start to look at FAQ, which hint hint, it's going to be in the next video, you're going to start noticing that these companies are very scummy. Like I said, I can't really spoil the video for you here, but just know that it's going to be one of those things that it's like the Flying Colors Foundation. We didn't know that it was happening until it was far too late. But now we can kind of stop this a little bit. And like I said, it's really thanks to the people on 4chan that have really put it all together. I'm just going to make a coherent video for all of you with a lot of cleavage. So, who really knows, right? But I think that's all I really have for this stream. I did stream on Twitch earlier. We may stream again later today. It really depends on if I can find something or set it up. If I do get to another video, I should have it either out tomorrow, and if not tomorrow, then it'll probably be on Thursday or sometime next week, because this is kind of like the substitute for a video, but we'll see. If I come up with anything else, I'm sure you guys will be the first to see. I did spend $200 on FAQ product, and I actually opened it. I don't know if you know this or not, Spooky, but I did open it. I don't have a use for any of it. I don't think I can put it anywhere. It's an okay box. It's just really nothing special. And I actually thought about, like, I don't know. Okay, so here, I can't show it on screen, but since Spooky brought it up, it is a Attack of the Polinic Girls, the one with like the pollen girl thing. So I bought that. It's like it was that, and it came with like a bag, and I was like, you know what? I'll buy it. Sure, why not? I like the series enough, and the good thing about FAQ is that it at least does pay its creators, and I can confirm that via a DM that I had with a Japanese artist. They said, yeah, the best way, just go through FAQ. So it does go to them. Actually, it does go to them, but that's not really what the video has to do with. I promise. But it's Attack of the Polinic Girls, and it comes with like this it's not really a board game. It's like It's kind of just like a sheet of paper with like little pop out things, and I haven't played. It's kind of like Shoots and Ladders almost. Um, it does come with the manga, the Dojin itself, and a body pillow. I think like it comes with like the case that you can buy for it, and like a poster. I think those are pretty much the only things. I think those are pretty much it. Um, if we play video games, we'll do a Minecraft. We're gonna be Minecraft streamers at some point. But I think that's all I really have for here. Sorry, H saying I might leave it up if Crunchyroll takes it down or Funimation takes it down. Then I already have it recorded. I'll just have to upload it somewhere else along with the other streams that I haven't uploaded yet. And I'll probably put those on the Minis channel. So with that being said, all of my wonderful friends, thank you for stopping by the live stream. And before I go, thank you for I know he's not here, but thank you TL Warrior Thomas for the $1 super chat. If you guys do want to support the full-time transition, I think there's links down there. Yeah, there's links down there. It's fine. But that's why we're going to be doing a lot of Twitch streams, and so that way we can go full-time instead of having to work in a factory for the rest of my life. So you guys have a good rest of your Tuesday. It's just barely 1 o'clock here. I think we probably started and ended pretty good. Moderator Marzi, did I see the Uwu bot? I did. I am very happy about it. Also, if you guys haven't yet, follow me on the Twitter. I know I'm like promoting Twitter, but that's kind of where the things happen at. So you can see the good art that I retweet, and I do promise, it is not all Fuda. It is actually just big titties.